Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I am joined by two very special friends for a new series, Gun Guys React. We will be reacting and giving our feedback and breakdowns of pop culture, movies, TV, all that good stuff. And today we have a very special film to look at, Heat, in honor of the late Val Kilmer. And I'm obviously joined by these two special guests. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
I'm Brett, Nightwood Guns, YouTube channel. I shoot guns.
And my name's Pete. My channel's TFN15, TFN15, and I'm a LARPer. That's basically it. I play games and pretend.
All right.
A great qualification for weighing in on gun videos.
I also own an insane amount of guns and gear and use it. So there's that.
Obviously, one of the biggest scenes that people want to see when it comes to Heat is the actual bank heist. But first, we're going to look at the parking lot shootout from Heat. Let's put it up there.
Ooh. This is so awesome. I'm sorry. I'm already excited. This is one of my all-time favorite movies. Oh, this dirtbag pulls up. Look at this guy. He doesn't know what he's about to get into, man. And he's got some guy like Ahmed hanging loose in the back. If you guys, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen Heat yet,
then you're a loser. His boy Ahmed's in the back, probably under like some dirty tarp. You know what I mean? And they're in an old drive-in movie.
You know, with movies like this, they just don't make them like they used to. So this was directed by Michael Mann back when, you know, he actually cared about making really good movies.
Put your hands where I can see 'em.
Okay, hold on. If you could pause this for a second. Okay, so this should be an indicator right here that Neil, De Niro's character in the film, already knows what he's doing. He's in control of this whole scenario tactically right here. He's laying down the law. Put your hands where I could see them. Put your hands and Donald Trump where I could see him. He hates Trump, De Niro. But anyway.
What to do, I tell you how to do it. Now with your right hand only.
Oh, there's our boy Ahmed.
Only. Take the package and throw it in here.
And I think the guy's got like a dirty little Mac 10 or Mac 11 or maybe an Uzi or something.
I think it's a TMP, isn't it?
Is it? It might be.
yeah, that's a TMP.
All right, my bad.
Behind you, on the right.
Ooh, foul time.
They're both playing the.
Oh my God, he rolls him. Look at that. Yes. Oh, Val Kilmer back to the roll. First move, take out the driver. Very hard shot to make. Oh, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
USB in the driver's seat.
Yeah. Yes. Nonsense. Pull the shot, spins him around. Boom. Yeah. Stop.
All right, so a little bit of the Hollywood syndrome going on in there.
It's my least favorite thing about that scene, but it's still
if anyone's ever tried to shoot from a windshield in general, you know how hard that is, because whenever bullets hit hard objects, especially glass that's at an angle, and then the bullet hits the angled glass, it's going to go somewhere you did not intend it to go. And on top of it, the car,
that's why he wasn't hitting him. It's perfect. Michael Mann thought of this.
But no, that's true. He thought of it, but I'm not even worried about the windshield nearly as much as him going off of a ramp every 3 seconds, flying through the air in a crappy little station wagon, like a 1989 station wagon right there with wood paneling or something on the side. Forget about it, dude. That was a little rough. But Val Kilmer, tactical role. I think that's the FAL he's got on there, right?
It's a G3.
Is it a G3?
It's an HK91.
Oh, it's an HK91.
Yeah.
Isn't that a G3 kind of?
Oh my God. See,
Yeah.
See, we have the true gun nerd here to correct us.
Yeah.
On everything gun nerdy.
So the thing that I love about it is, so the HK91 is in 308, so 762, And when he hits the guy with that 308 and it just spins him, like that's not necessarily what it would do in reality, but it is a representation of the power of the cartridge. He's not up there with a 5.56, he's up there with a 308. So he hits that guy and it spins him. So I just like that representation of the power of the cartridge just on film, that you know he's got a serious gun.
Yeah.
And Val Kilmer knows how to handle guns, and his stance was great, especially, you know, not that the HK91 particularly has a lot of recoil for a 308, but he had a good stance all set up. The tactics are great. Always having, just if there's two of you, having one dude on Overwatch that other people don't know about is such a smart idea. Just a well-crafted scene, even if it is has some dumb Hollywood in it.
Overwatch was perfect, and I love the fact that he went for the driver first, stopped the vehicle, because the vehicle in and of itself is a threat. So one, you're taking out one of the two targets that you can identify. At least he thinks there's two at that point. And then two, he's able to make a hit. And it's very realistic that he can't make a hit on the driver, right? Because he kind of like maybe refracts off the windshield, whatever it is. He can't make that hit. It's kind of like at distance, like maybe the guy's ducking, right? Then he goes ripping through that freaking drive-through, whatever, drive-in movie theater rather, and the thing's bouncing up and down. So of course he's not making that kill, but Brett, you're so spot on. He spins him around with the power of that cartridge, man.
The stopping power.
Did you just say stopping power?
No, it's the Larry Potterfield knockdown factor.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Well, and that's the thing is, in a lot of these movies, right, Hollywood likes to overemphasize what guns do. You know, if someone gets shot by a shotgun, they get launched like 10 feet back. In reality, if someone gets shot by a 308, you're not going to see a massive change in the way their body's being shot versus other rounds until you get to the point where a round's so large it's literally destroying their body, like
a 50 BMG,
like a 50 BMG machine gun or something.
Yeah, like if anything, with that hit with that 308, he would have just, you know,
like a sack of potatoes.
Exactly.
So
but
it's more cinematic from this be standing there just being pelted of rounds while De Niro's driving right at him.
To be fair, it looks like he hit him in the shoulder, right? Which, you know, like you feel it, like, you know, like maybe you could have spun. I mean, look at movie magic. Okay, great. I don't care. I'll suspend the disbelief for that badassery right there. But I always thought, even as a kid, whatever, when I was younger and I saw this movie, I thought to myself, it was absolutely ridiculous with De Niro with the gun right up against the boom. And I think it's a 45 ACP. I'm 99% sure.
I think it's a 9. I think it's a 9mm USP.
I thought it was, because whatever he puts down on the table when he comes back to his empty Malibu home, that was a SIG for sure. And whatever he had at the end was a SIG when he shot the guy who was like, "Where's Wayne Grow?" And he's like, "How the hell should I know?" And then he blasts him, you know. But yeah, that looks like a USP. You're right. Yeah, it's probably a 45 ACP, no question though, because he likes 45. We know that already. The character, he's running a 45 at the end.
Yeah, 220. Yeah, I think, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
So you don't get like a good like still of the gun, but
yeah,
it's probably a 45, especially the time period where this movie was shot. 45 was a lot more popular than 9mm.
But the question, so here's my question: when did this movie come out? Because the USP
95,
the USP 45 came out later than the 9, so that would be, was the USP 45 even out yet when this movie came out?
But you know, if you go back to the shot with him in the car and like if you could like almost frame by frame it or bring it back to when he's got the pistol up, I'll tell you, you're right that it is a USP.
Oh, it 100% is a USP.
Yeah. Because it really has that thing going on, the sides.
Oh, it's definitely an HK.
Yeah.
It's too small to be a Mark 23.
And it's, you know, something else that I really want to give praise for this scene for, and it's something I'm just like watching it enamored. You know, nowadays in movies, I think that action sequences with firearms are trash because it's all CG and it's lazy CG.
Yeah.
In this one, they're actually popping off blanks, so you actually have that realistic feel. That's an instant break for me. Like especially the more recent John Wick movies.
Oh yeah,
where it's just like 100% CG, and it feels like I'm watching an airsoft movie, and I'm not immersed in this actual, you know, gritty life or death situation.
Thanks, Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, but when they're actually ripping off, he just had to go and ruin it for everyone.
Oh,
yeah.
So
spins him around.
because De Niro shoots him in the shoulder with the 45.
We see that to me indicates the stopping power of the 45,
Which, like,
boys.
you're not going to be spun around by a 45. That's for sure. He just would have hit him. Either he wouldn't have moved a lot, or he would have dropped. If
Well, let me ask you this: have you ever shot someone with a 45?
No.
How would you know? As far as I'm concerned, I carry a 45 because I don't like shooting twice. So
Yeah, buddy. I carry one because they don't make a 46.
I carry a 58.
And every once in a while, when 45 doesn't do the job, 308 will.
Yes. But the fact that he even hit him at all, shooting through the windshield while the car is doing the worm, I don't think he would actually make that hit in terms of realism. But it's a very cool scene.
It's possible.
Oh my gosh.
But of course, at the end of the day, what is the best bullet to use? A car.
True. Why not?
So, truck's still going.
I love this.
Oh, wait, there's more.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah, there it is.
That looked.
And that was more realistic, I think.
Yes, I was just about to say that. To me, if a guy gets blasted through the side of a car, window and part door and everything with a 12 gauge, I'm assuming it's a 12 gauge. Maybe like it looks like a Remington 870 or a Mossberg.
It's a Benelli.
It's a Benelli?
Benelli M3 Super 90. Yeah.
Dude, you know all the nerd stuff.
I'm a cinephile and a gun nerd, so they go hand in hand.
Okay, whatever it is, it's got to be a 12 gauge, and I'm telling you, man, that looks like I would react like if I got hit through my car window and they're like.
It's one of my favorite shotgun scenes in a movie. I absolutely love that moment. To me, like I could sit here and watch it for like an hour, just replay the shotgun scene over and over again.
I like obviously he's being shot and you see his body's reacting to the shots.
Yeah.
But it's not like like he's being thrown out of the seat. It's just there's an impact of multiple shells, shards of glass. So not only is it physical like energy impact, but obviously he's probably reacting to everything that's going on. He's like, oh shit, I'm getting shot. And then
he's gone.
He's done.
It's interesting, again, talking practical effects versus modern CGI. So this is my hunch. I don't know this for a fact, but my hunch is you can see blood spraying. I'm assuming they had a blood sprayer just off screen down below, just off camera, just spraying that blood up.
The windshield's clean.
Oh, there it is.
Out onto the windshield.
There it is.
Oof. And then he just.
I think
he leaves this mortal coil.
He was rigged up with squibs, I would bet, but then I think they also had something come from off screen to get more
especially to get the windshield. All right, so now obviously the scene everyone wants to see when it comes to Heat is the bank heist. Let's get into it.
There's something in this that bothers me. You know what it is? I think Brett is already going to like comment on it probably because I can tell. I can tell Brett's a smart man, and it's nothing to do with De Niro, nothing to do with Val Kilmer.
I see something too. I wonder if we all see the same thing.
All right, let's see it. First of all, worst security guards in the history of the world.
Yeah, they're pretty sketchy.
I mean, look at that. You have that giant bulge in the back of that man's jacket.
Yeah.
The one thing to me that'd be a dead giveaway is why are people wearing earpieces in 1995? Right, like a security guard. It's like I don't know. I mean, I wasn't alive back then, so I'll defer.
There's
to the
two
expert.
things in this scene that bother me, and when they come up, I'm gonna yell.
Okay,
I'll show you. Go ahead. That's one. He's covering the fucking gun, pardon my language, with a newspaper. And is it really covered? All right,
people still pay attention.
So they put their stuff on. Kilmer hits this guy with the blackjack. Knocks him out.
Don't move! Don't fucking move! Put your hands in the air! Put your hands in the air! Put them up! Down!
Here it comes. Stand by.
Get on your knees! Get on your knees! Get on your knees! Hey! Get over there! Get the fuck! Get down! Turn around! Put your hands behind you. Behind you. Behind you.
Get out! Stay down!
Now he puts his balaclava on. That's what bothers me. That's what bothers me. Like, you've already, like, shown your face to everybody. How many witnesses in there can describe him to a T, right? And then oh yeah, the balaclava, I'm a professional.
Well, in order to use the blackjack, he needed his peripheral vision, and he lost 10% of it with the balaclava. So
horse blinders.
Let me suspend my disbelief, Brett. Okay, they're controlling the room well, though.
Stay down. We want to hurt no one. We're here for
Getting
the
the high
bank's money,
ground.
not your money. Your money is insured by the federal government. You're not going to lose a dime. Think of your families. Don't risk your life. Don't try and be a hero.
All right, I do want to talk about, obviously, the heat vest,
Oh yeah.
right? I think that's very, very iconic. And I feel like it wasn't in a lot of movies, and even today, right? The carrying of extra ammunition. It's not like you don't see it. Like, obviously, the cops or the military guys have vests on and plate carriers and belts, but like you'd have bad guys and they're just dumping rounds and they're reloading. Like, where are these magazines coming from? Right.
Yeah.
Even if they have the reloading, which so many films and movies don't have, where are the magazines? Like, is this a keister storage system? Like, where are these magazines coming from? So I love the heat vest. Obviously, it's very popular now in the LARPing community. But just a very cool thing.
I love the short-barreled rifles too, and the short-barreled.
Oh yeah.
It's because that's something that, again, you didn't really see very often. Like in a rifle like that, you didn't see short barrels. I do not have AR-15 or M4 autism, so I don't know exactly what model this is, but it is a Colt and it is a shorty.
It's a 723, I think.
733?
No, 723, I think.
Okay.
But I could be, again, I've been wrong. I'm like 0-3 tonight or whatever. So like, hold on. Heat, Colt, 7. Well, there's one that says 723 and one that says 733. Let's go with the 7. Yeah.
Well, Kilmer has, what did Kilmer have in this? Did he have an AR? Because what's his face
Kilmer had an AR. The other guy has an AK.
No, it wasn't the Galil.
It's actually, it says it's a 733. It's a 733.
Okay.
So I was close enough.
But
The 723 is the Gary Gordon rifle from Black Hawk Down. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm kind of a bit of, I love carry handle ARs. So it's like, oh God. So this looks like a custom sewn rig. And I know that my boy Spartan 117 GW knows where this thing comes from because he's such a cinema nerd. And I wish he was here with us. But
we'll have to get him on sometime.
Yeah, but I will tell you that 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 is not a Black Hawk vest. It's a slim down one because it's just kind of like,
you know what? I think that's a mag right there on his.
It is
right here. It's not the pad. It's a mag.
It's all mags. And they think about it. They had to be slimmed down because they were concealing multiple magazines under their jacket, and then on top of that, the AR platforms and whatever else.
Well, I mean, in so many movies and shows, you have what'll actually happen is you'll have your character, your cop, your special agent, whatever. They don't have their gun underneath their clothing for like so many scenes. And then when they need it, they get given it because otherwise the way they're dressing to get that tight fitting suit to look great on camera, the gun would, you'd see the printing and look terrible.
It's
and then
classic Dirty Harry with the Model 29, they couldn't have it in the holster when the suit was on. Otherwise it would.
Right.
Yeah.
But by the way, boys, this was the 90s, something I'm very familiar with, unfortunately, in my age. And I will tell you that broad shoulder, looser fitting suits were all the rage back then.
You could get away with it a little bit more.
You could get away with a little more room.
All right, let's get back into the good.
Go for
Bank's
it.
money, not your money. Your money is insured by the federal government. You're not going to lose a dime. Think of your families.
Great way to
Don't risk
control
your
the
life.
room.
Don't try
Think
and
of
be
your
a hero.
families.
Elevation.
Right now, I want you to sit on the floor and
elevation
put your hands on your head.
Also
Anybody
makes him a
feel
good
sick?
target.
Anybody got heart trouble? Go ahead and lean against the
The
wall.
music is fantastic, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Give me the key.
I would love for Rob to stand up like
Think
that.
about, wait, if you pause this for a second, think of how efficient this is from a, like, I got to get this in and out of here, which is their whole goal, in and out, and whatever it was. He has 2 minutes or whatever it is that he tricked it out for. Give me the key. What key? He knows that guy's going to fool around with him. And all he does is crack him in the jaw, a nasty one. And he rips the key off his chest.
Where's his trigger finger?
I think it's on the trigger.
Oh, it is on. Ooh. The gun's unsafe, but that...
Unsafe, but...
I will say, going back to like older tactics for things, having your finger off the trigger consistently honestly did not become a thing till probably the last like 25 years. There was a lot of it has a safety, so yeah, like that was a kind of a mentality, or people like you literally look at war footage and you will see people running around with their fingers on the trigger of guns.
Well, and you know, when people were carrying double action revolvers, people got a little fingery.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why the NYPD had to go to the 12-pound triggers
on the Glonk.
On the Glonks,
yeah, because you have the NY trigger because so many cops were used to having their finger on the trigger.
Well, yeah, because they were running the Smith and Wessons, or they were running
SIGs.
Yeah, and SIGs as well.
Yep.
So there was a lot of double singles, and then you get the striker, and kaboom.
Sit there, don't move. Let it bleed.
Let it sit there, don't move, let it bleed. You see what you get? That's what you get when you don't listen to Bobby D.
Everyone can definitely say that one robber had a ponytail. Well, it's the 90s. Everyone has a ponytail.
Think about the adrenaline coursing through his veins right now, right? Like, and he's got to control it.
I know, isn't that fun? Man, I wish that was me. What a thrill.
And he takes out his
I like how efficient they are. Like, they know, like, we're going to have a bag that's this size, that can fit this much cash.
I want to know what knife he is there.
Oh, he breaks up the bag. He's got one duffel down.
Yep,
it's a Galil.
Got your
Galil?
folded stock or stockless Galil.
Oh, he fixes his hair and off he goes. Nice and
I'm just conducting a transaction.
Yep.
I want to block at Figueroa and 5th, and I want to block northbound Flower at 6th.
God.
Nothing suspicious here. I just look like a human refrigerator.
All I gotta do is make it to that car, and I'm gonna be okay.
People just don't pay attention, though.
No. And you know what? If someone saw the gun, perchance, maybe they would have thought, oh, these are security guards working with the bank.
Or was he wearing a mask, or was it just the reflection?
Because they're in a suit, they're all quiet, you know.
Got the Allstate guy as the driver.
Yep.
They're already coming out. Okay,
They're
we're
already
gonna have to
coming
take
out.
them in the car. Wait till they are all in. Get clean shots. Watch your background.
Ooh, good points. I
do like that, the watch your background thing, right? One of your most important but yet forgotten rules of firearm safety.
Yep.
Know your target, what's beyond it, or some iteration of that.
Possibly the first time we've heard that in a movie ever.
Definitely one of the few times we hear that, especially in like this time of movies.
Right. Now he's got the FAL, right? I know there's one FAL in this movie.
I think it's an FNC.
FNC.
Yeah, it's like the Swedish Special Forces gun or whatever.
He only fires it in semi-auto, though, I think.
Well, it might be only semi-auto.
There's a little bit of controversy about when he fires it, and I'll tell you guys about that later.
Yeah, yeah, Brett's right.
Woo! Oh my God!
So smooth.
We're almost out. We're almost out. There's a dude in there.
And the tension is just building.
Let's hit the full auto, by the way, right out the bat. Suppressive fire, both ways. They're outgunned and surrounded. So what's he doing? He's shooting suppressive fire both ways.
Something that I love about that scene is, one, no hesitation. Talk about a professional. He's smiling. That car passes, just boom, he's on. There's no hesitation, no moment. The other thing that I love is when he starts shooting, all the guys in the car are like, what? They don't just magically know what's going on. They're actually like, whoa, what is going on? What are you shooting at? And then they see it and then they respond. Just great acting.
Yeah. Oh no, Buffalo Bill. They're not watching their backgrounds, those guys. They're letting them fly, boys. No accountability.
I was like, oh, well, he's dead.
Oh, man. Bobby D goes. How loud?
It's like realistically loud, though. Like, it's actually, like, properly deafening.
Oh,
like,
it
it
sounds
takes over everything else in the scene.
Oh, boy. He's done. Driver's down. Oh, here he is. Oh, boy. You're in good hands with Allstate. No, you're not.
He's gonna need some.
Oh my God! Now, this is the best
cover,
scene. Like, no, hold on 1 second. I have to say this. This is all about one word. This scene, and it's so spot on, and it's all about bounding, cover, move, and they look at each other. They communicate. This is shoot, move, and communicate at its very best. That's all I have to say. This is what I'm into right here. I'm not a gun nerd as much as I am a tactics nerd, and this is good tactics.
All real blank firing guns. No CGI here.
Like how the cop's closing his eyes as he shoots.
Yeah.
Yep.
And look at the grip. The thumbs are crossed over. Oh my God. No wonder they couldn't hit him. God! Ooh, they're ripping it up. See how he's saying? Go! Now he's covering, and now Kilmer will pull up. Watch the bounding. Oh, he's got to cover
I
the
will
back.
say, for all the magazines, ain't no way in hell he shot this much and hasn't had to reload yet.
No way.
Yes, Michael Mann does a good job, but there will be some reloading later on, but that's like a belt-fed machine gun's amount of ammunition.
It's one of those things where you just have to imagine they're reloading off screen, like as it's cutting.
But could I just say this for the reload that we will see Mr. Kilmer do shortly? This, just to put it in historical context, because I'm at an age now where history, I can speak on historical things because I've lived history. No one's seen a reload. I don't think in most, like, I mean, you saw the old Western guys with, when I don't know, Bill, you think we'll make it out alive? I don't know if them sons of bitches are going down. And then they fire like 88 rounds and then like reload again later. No, but watch the reload. The reload is a beautiful, beautiful tack reload. Just watch it. Actually, not a tack reload. It's just like a full-blown
we'll see.
Emergency reload. Go for it. He should have tack reloaded.
One of them was reloading. That's not part of it.
See that? Go! And then he goes, he pounds up.
Nice leap guard.
They're moving forward. They're making better shots. Here comes the reload. Takes cover. Reloads, stops the paddle, and he's back on.
Great reload for the 90s, obviously.
For the 90s. For the 90s.
Right? Don't slap the ping pong paddle. Use the thumb.
Did you ever see a reload in the 90s while you weren't alive? You never saw a fucking reload before it. And anything. You've never seen one. Trust me. This is the first reload ever done with an AR.
I just love the actual blank firing guns. No CGI. The brass is coming out appropriately. It's not janky.
Hearing it hit the ground.
Yep. The sound design is perfect. They're actually popping windows. They're detonating windows. It just excellent. Very immersive.
Listen to the echo. They're in essentially a canyon in downtown LA because of the buildings and all the sound reverberating off the buildings. Yep. Listen to the sound design. And right here, this frame, look at that like burst from the short barrel.
Muzzle flash.
That's a real muzzle flash right there.
You can see the heat coming out of like the bird cage. Like,
me too, man. That bird cage, it's doing its job. Look how it's dispersing the blast. Oh my God. And look where he takes cover, behind the wheel well. That's the only spot.
And the engine block too.
And the engine block. That's the only spot to take cover behind the car.
And you saw Pacino doing kind of a partial reload. Like that's the one thing I will say is, and there was, I forget which other character it was earlier. I don't know if it was, I don't think it was Sizemore's character, but maybe it was De Niro. But then obviously Pacino there, like you see part of the reload. So like I think that's cool because like you're saying, some of it happens off camera.
Yeah.
Sizemore can barely move, he's so fat. And coked out of his mind. Yeah. Allegedly. You see that? He's yelling. They're pounding up. They're moving up. And every time they get closer to those cop cars, they're deadlier. Ooh, no way. No egress there.
And that's the thing is as well, they're trying to move while carrying these heavy money bags too.
Yup. And all his fluff around the midsection. He should have cut loose of this. But the juice was the action was the juice, man. Oh, through the clavicle, boy. You know what? Something just occurred to me. Hold on 1 second. I've been raving about the tactics, but I just, for the first time, thought of something. Pacino is behind them. The LAPD NPCs are in front of them. They've got them sandwiched in the middle, but they are shooting at each other with high-powered rifles, meaning the LAPD is shooting their pistols at the bad guys, but the cops are shooting at each other.
Oh yeah, there's some tactical advantage to obviously like a pincer, but you normally want a pincer at an angle.
Yeah.
So not a direct pincer.
Right, you're coming from the same 180. Like, here's your 180, you're looking this way, and we're going to hit them this way or that way.
Assuming competency, though.
I mean, that's the thing. They are cops, so like it's...
They are shooting at each other. And by the way, up in New York here, we had that in this very famous case called the Sean Bell, case where this kid really quick, he was in a strip club and there were some undercovers in there and he said some shit like, oh, we're going to go smoke that dude outside, blah, blah, blah. And it was his bachelor party. Like he was getting married like in a day or two. And he goes outside, the cops pull up on the front of him and they draw their guns and they've got their badges out and they're like, police, get down, whatever, get out of the car. And then they try to skirt and get out of there. And the backup comes behind them and they're in a crossfire and the cops are all shooting into the vehicle and they shoot everybody up. And it was a miracle. It was a miracle that they didn't shoot each other. I actually was on that scene, by the way. The whole neighborhood was shot up, bro. The whole place. I'm talking like people's front windows.
A lot of times when you have vehicles, depending on the situation, how low the vehicle sits, crossfire isn't too big of an issue because you're ultimately shooting downward at an angle. So the bullets are going to end up at the angle. You know, if this is your car here, they're going to end up hitting the floorboard and the actual ground before they can exit the vehicle.
I would prefer not.
What?
I would prefer not.
Yeah. No,
like get it off the X.
It's better to do it intelligently, but that's why you don't see a lot of cops shoot each other when they're all shooting into a car because they're shooting down because the person's seated, obviously.
Yeah,
if they're in a pickup truck or something, then yes. But if you're in a sedan, like, you know, seated like how I am now and someone's shooting at me that's standing, they're going to shoot at a downward angle because they shoot upward. They're going to glance over.
What if they have a holstered P320? Then what happens?
Then they get shot regardless. All right, let's keep going.
No one's walking. All right, he shot through the clavicle, FYI, if you read the book. It was pretty gnarly. It's
a very unfun place to be shot.
Yeah, in Heat 2, they picked this scene up and he suffers pretty bad. Wow, look at that.
I've had a broken clavicle, and I can tell you that arm's not working.
Oof, this is gnarly. I can't believe he still got rounds. Magic.
Yeah.
Down! Oof.
Guts.
Can you imagine you're a worker at the local AMP?
Now he's at ammo.
Wow.
Now he's
that
like,
would have killed him.
I gotta reload.
That would have killed him.
You can tell he kind of did something off.
Oh my god. They're getting desperate now. But he did tell him he would do this in that scene in the diner.
Now he's a cornered animal.
Yes, he is. No, not worth it.
No way someone could make that shot.
No way. All right, so now this is where I have a problem. But it's amazing anyway. This is a big internet debate. Oh no! La Niña! She freezes. Mommy keeps going. He picks her up. Child shield. cruel but effective. But not that effective. Right here. Here it comes. He looks over the peep sight. He looks over the peep sight. Which, by the way, is a technique, especially with the MP5 platform. Some guys will do that.
It's just because it looked good on camera.
Yeah, they needed to see his eyes. The DP had to see his eyes. Trust me. Director of photography, not the other thing.
Well, you can see he like relaxes his shoulders though. Like he was really, really tense running up. If you've ever been running, like, and then go to shoot, like either a stage or training or whatever, you'll notice how tense you are when you come to a stop.
Yes,
so you can see Pacino does it. He relaxes his shoulders, like he takes that tension out of his upper body, so he can actually make an accurate shot. Because if you run up to it from one position to the other and you're all tense, that shot's going to be affected by that. So you can tell they've had some training here, or at least are being told what to do a little bit.
Right. Gotcha. Here it comes. Yeah,
She's
baby.
leading it too.
Oh no! Oh no! And he has his he breathes now. Yeah. Come here, sweetheart. It's okay.
I think overall, great balance of Hollywoodism and also realism. It's entertaining while maintaining at least a semblance of realism. So you put those two together, you get a really entertaining and immersive experience.
Yeah, you got to put it in the context of the time that this picture was made, 1995. Actually, for reference, this was 2 years before the big LA bank shootout that happened.
North Hollywood.
So yeah, North Hollywood, exactly. So that happened in 97. So they didn't even have that to pull or reference from. Maybe the shooters in that had this to reference from.
Yeah.
But if you put it in the context of the times, it was really, really, like you said, a really good balance, really well done. It seemed, I remember when this came out, it seemed so real. We were blown away. Oh my gosh, this is so real. And the characters and now we can pick it apart a little bit, but it's one of those films, guys, that I could care less. Like the whole thing could be like, it could be John Wick level fake. It's just so crafted well. I don't care, man. It's Heat. It's a classic.
It is. The thing is, it's not just a good gun movie. It is a good film that also does good gun things. Because you can have a movie that is a realistic gunplay, but if the rest of the movie is a terrible story, terrible acting, terrible cast, no one cares. But what Michael Mann does is he takes almost every component of his films and he crafts them super well. So I think if I was gonna rate this of realism or whatever our rating scale is gonna be, I'd give it probably like an 8 out of 10.
Realism, 8 out of 10.
Like for a gun movie, like how well it did for gun stuff in a movie, I'd say an 8 out of 10.
Given the context of the time, I would probably agree with that rating. Cinematically, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's a perfect. It's a near perfect, I would say, crime film. Like if not a 10, it's like a 9.5.
It's a character drama. It's a crime thriller. It's a heist movie. I mean, it's literally like it's a perfect film.
Yeah, it's a perfect film. It's films like Heat is the reason I've trained and I've got gear and I'm into guns, and Black Hawk Down was like another one. I mean, come on.
Training for that time that you're going to finally rob a bank?
No. Oh man. I guess could they make, I wonder what they'll do with Heat 2, right? Because now the advisors are so much more dialed in to the level of real. Like if you look at that show SEAL Team, right? Like they've got a lot of things really dialed in on that show, both tactics and gear wise. I wonder if they'll be more accurate now in this coming film if they do Heat 2.
All right, guys. So that was our first episode of Gun Guys React. It's a little bit chaotic, but we're going to work on it as we go through and make more episodes. If you guys enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave a like down below. If you are some psychopath that hates Heat, well, there's a dislike button for a reason. Otherwise, guys, head in the comments. Let us know what you want us to review or take a look at next in this series, whether it's a movie, a TV show, or a real-life incident that was caught on camera. Let us know. Pete, Brett, you got any closing thoughts for us?
Right. Why don't you take this one?
Heat, wonderful movie. Michael Mann. They just don't make movies like they used to. I'm not optimistic about the future of Hollywood movies. I think that we've gotten the best that there's going to be. So it's time to go back and watch the best of the best for this art form.
Couldn't agree more. I'm terrified of what the future holds for anything out of Hollywood. How anyone can screw up Heat, though. I don't think Michael Mann will drop the ball. But if you haven't seen Heat, you are very young, probably. That's what. And I would say to you, hey, youngster, you rent that movie at Blockbuster this weekend. Throw it in your DVD player and watch it. It's very, very solid.
DVD right. Fancy. I just got a VHS.
Yo, be kind. Rewind.
Can I get that for my microfiche?
You guys don't even know what that means. You'd have to rewind it. You get charged a rewinding fee when you brought it back to the video store.
All right, guys.
I am.
So like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and stay tuned for the next episode.